So just on the back end of a chest workout, chest is pretty fried, but I'm going to choose the best finisher out of 3 different flying exercises to help you with your training, so you don't have to waste time like I'm doing now. So I'm just going to be doing a few different machine flies. Basically, what I'm noticing about this one, these handles variate. So even if my arm's a little bit longer, it's just going to shoot out. If my arm's a little shorter, it's going to come in. But it's not really going to affect, like I won't have to bend my elbow. I can lock out my elbow the entire time. Also, what I'm noticing about this one, it goes in a very slight incline. I'm going to do a set of 10 to 15 and I'm going to rate it. Basically what I learned from that one, this fly starts low, goes a little bit higher. If I exaggerate that high movement and when I'm here, trying to shove my hands up in the air, I feel a lot more chest stimulation. And if I squeeze, hold for a second, it really burns the pecs. I'm going to rate that exercise about 8 out of 10, but it's going to drop down to a 6 if you're not doing that technique cue that I showed you. All right, option 2. It's a regular fly. It looks a lot like the Nautilus fly at my gym. This is the body iron pec deck. Basically, one difference or one unique thing, it's got this nice thin pad. So I can go for super range. I'm going to let this stretch me right back, and because it's such a small cushion, my shoulder blades are going to be allowed to drift back a little bit further than they usually would. Let's give it a shot. So with that one, I tried playing with it, emphasizing the squeeze at the end. I couldn't really make that work for me. What I did make work for me is that extra range at the back. Now, did it make me feel more pumped? Not as pumped as the other one. Like, it's still a great exercise, but I probably prefer the first one. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. That stretch at the bottom really helps lengthen. But when you're tightening up in the squeeze, I think the other one's a lot more efficient. I'm going to be trying a few different variations that have helped me. I've seen some people do it from super low. I've never been a beneficiary of that. I like doing them mid. I like doing them high. I'm going to also try on the free motion copy machine. I'm going to try doing it a little bit wider and see how that goes, rating it all for you. The other thing that I'll mention, one of the first gyms, or pretty much the first gym, Bodywork in Balaclava, that I learned to do flies properly, they had big chains coming off and then the carabiner, and those chains really made you stabilize because you'd be coming up, and if the weight was heavy and you weren't controlling it, the chains will let you know about it. So just try that with a set of chains on one day, see how that goes. All right, I'm going to be trying high first, high to low. Just keep in mind there's many different variations. I could go high to mid, sort of like that. When I'm doing mid ones, I could be doing it mid to high, mid to low. I think I'm just going to go out, but I'm going to jam a set of 15 to 20 and see how that goes. I just love the way these feel on the way out because there is no end range. Even if you hit the end range, you can just step out a little, keep going. You can really flex hard. You can try single arm. So many different variations. Oh. Now that is probably the most used fly that I've done in my gym career. I'm going to rate them a solid 8 out of 10. When you pause, it's probably not as good as the pause. I really do like, I know I've been talking about it a lot, but the contraction at the end is better than this. But this throughout the whole movement's got that consistent tension, stretches you right out. Honestly, it probably stretches you out better than that previous one with the pad where your back's wedged on the pad so it pulls you forward. This one, you do it without a pad. You're stabilizing. I really like this. Next on the menu, I've got mid-range cable flies. Right, so mid-range requires a little bit more stability. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come out sort of like a T. Some people do left foot in front of the right foot. Personally, I don't like imbalance. So I've just always stood feet together. How I deadlift, how I squat, feet together when I'm doing, like even jumping. I can jump higher feet together than I can off one leg. But yeah, coming back like that, forward, stretch out like a T, squeeze. So it's taken me a little while to get my range, but now that I've got it, 8 out of 10. I haven't done as many. That's probably the second most used chest exercise that I've done for, like, you know, purely for hypertrophy, purely as a finisher. I would rate this one second over the one I just did. Yeah, knocks you off balance a little more. Center of gravity is a bit lower. But yeah, you can stretch out as far as you want. I think that one led my pecs popping out of shirts in no time, doing that Terry Crews dance. So this one from Free Motion. I'm gonna go entirely as far out as I can, basically. I'll just make sure the weight's all right. But this one, rather than, look, the other one's a bit narrower. This one is about as wide as most cable crossovers, I would think. Oh, all right. That one, obviously, is pulling me a lot wider. I'm getting stimulated wide. But in between, I felt like it was almost too smooth. I didn't like it all that much, and I'm going to stick to my regular flies. This one, I would rate it about a 6 out of 10. So yeah, out of those exercises, which ones would I choose first? I would choose just a regular high to low fly, and then a mid-range to mid-range fly. Just like that. That would be my first two. Third, it would be that XP1 fly where I'm going low to high and emphasizing like my thumbs in the air or my palms in the air when I'm contracting, really flexing. Why have I chosen these? Because these are machines that I don't usually have. I feel like everyone's done, you know, some variation of dumbbell fly. Everyone knows how they feel with that. And yeah, I'm just trying to show people new things. Honorable mentions that I do use as chest finishers. One, guillotine press, hands down, one of the best hypertrophy chest exercises I've ever done. Another one that I do quite often on chest day for hypertrophy is just pullovers. It fills my chest and makes me feel massive, but it does really blow up my tries. My tries always sore the next day. Pullovers are a bit of a funny one because a lot of people feel different things with them. Personally, like I said, triceps, that's what they do for me, but it does make my back and chest feel full. So yeah, try these ones out. Do them in this order. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching.